Is Mr. Beast beating the anime tourism allegations? What's going on? Context. During Christmas vacation, New Year's, there was a lot of motion happening for big content creators switching their profile pictures to One Piece, Luffy. I mean, IShowSpeed's always had Luffy, but Mr. Beast changed his profile picture to Luffy. And they were all seemingly talking about One Piece and other content creators getting involved, and Tecton had a schizo take saying, nah, something is off. Paid shills. Live action One Piece advertisers, tourists. And that's kind of where this is all sparking the notion. I do believe that the live action One Piece advertisement during that break and even now is coinciding with this like new wave of talking about One Piece through big creators. I wouldn't be surprised if he was paid to do advertisement. It would make sense. Netflix product, you know, Mr. Beast has also worked with Netflix behind the scenes to do his Beast games, right? I think the Squid Games alike game, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure he did, right? So I think the assumptions line up. And then he got a lot of backlash and he made a, you know, there was a clip where he's like, you fucking tourist. You are the tourist. I actually watch anime more than any of you Oonga Boongas, and this is kind of where it's all breaking down. We have Marshall Bohemond coming in saying, be Mr. Beast. Pretend to be an anime fan to promote live action Netflix One Piece slop. Now, is the live action Netflix One Piece slop though? I haven't seen it, but the way that people talk about it, it apparently was really good. Like, a lot of people hate One Piece live action simply by the nature of live action. But based on what I've seen from other people talk about it that actually gives a fuck about anime, it seems like One Piece live action was like really good for a live action. I think there's a lot of hate for live action. That's why a lot of people are saying it's going to be bad or slob, but that's kind of where the, you know, prejudice is coming from. People call you out being a tourist. Make an own video to dunk on the weebs. And this is the one, right? Where Jason and Mr. Beast are talking and he's kind of proving why he is not an anime tourist. Immediately start by saying watching a lot of anime is a social negative. Huh. Ridicule actual anime fans as not real fans compared to you. Mentioned you watch Guardians of the Galactic Heroes. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Legend of Galactic Heroes fans have collective cringe. That was certainly a strategy he could have chosen not to take. You know what? Mr. Beast, anime, Jason the Ween clip. Bring it up. Let's watch this part. You know what? No. Mr. Beast calls out the One Piece. What is this one? So I have a TikTok here.
That's top 3 animes.
Hold up. Let's watch this one. Right over here.
Well, for me, okay. That's top 3 animes.
Top 3 animes.
Well, for me, okay. Wait, this is honestly, this is like arguably the most serious question you could ever ask me.
Attack on Titan #1.
Of course, and I'm not just saying that because you said it. Attack on Titan definitely in top 3.
Yeah.
Second, I'm have to go with Naruto. It's a classic.
Okay. Bro, you're just,
yeah.
Same. I fucking love Naruto.
Yeah.
Now you're just
great.
No.
Picks.
Naruto is great.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 3, Frieren.
Yeah.
Okay, I pronounced it wrong.
Really? Are you just saying
Frieren. Not Frieren. Holy shit, these are fucking tourists. It's Frieren, bro. They said Attack on Titan? Nah, this is Shingeki no Kyojin. I bet they say Demon Slayer instead of Kimetsu no Yaiba. Holy, these gaijins, bro. I can't with these baka-ass behavior.
that because that's number 1 on my anime list, or did you actually?
No, that was a performative one. I'm not gonna lie, I watched like 2 episodes of that, and I didn't watch it.
If you ask me top 2, those are my top 2. The number 3 is where it gets a little like wishy-washy.
I feel like Frieren being included as a 3rd pick is like a DEI pick. Here's my take with this, okay? Attack on Titan Naruto is a very like, it's mainstream, right? They're peak anime, but this is like tip of the iceberg. Everybody fucking knows about it, right? And in order to include a 3rd pick that makes you seem more cultured, you bring in a non-battle shonen Oonga Boonga, but in the form of Frieren. And the reason I call Frieren DEI is because that shit still is mainstream. Even though it's not akin to the battle shonen, right? If they picked a completely just random slice of life rom-com isekai that's out of nowhere, right? No one recognizes. But Frieren, I'm telling you, man, DEI series being included.
So many great things. Animes.
Top 3 anime.
that one doesn't really include the part where he's shitting on the people, but basically he says like, I've seen more anime than you fucks, and that's kind of where it's happening, bro. One thing I will say regarding the typo of Legend of the Galactic Heroes, or even Jujutsu Kaisen, because I quote retweeted this. Genuinely a good list if true. Jujutsu Kaisen is crazy though. I think the typo that exists here proves that it wasn't AI generated. Some people are saying, bro went on my anime list, used ChatGPT and procured like a safe list. That wouldn't fuck the spelling. Yeah, Gundam Iron Blood. I think he genuinely was spitballing off the top of his head of animes that he remembers. Probably had a bit of help from online, but like the fact that typos exist, I think kind of proves that bro's not using AI. Now, there's a chance that he included those, you know, like, what's it called? Typos in to kind of make it feel like, wow, it's genuine. But imagine it was AI generated and he went in and provided the typos or the misspelling to make you convinced that it wasn't AI. That's some next level meta happening, right? So this is slander. Call me weird, call me lame, but don't call me a fake anime fan. I've literally watched countless anime, y'all whack as hell. Here's a list of some of the anime I've seen off the top of my head. This blasphemy needs to stop. Let's read a list. Naruto, Code Geass, Frieren, Steins Gate, Attack on Titan 2 times. Bro, seen Attack on Titan 2 times. Hunter x Hunter. The fact that he has Hunter x Hunter instead of Hunter x Hunter, that's how you pronounce it, right? The X is silent. Guardians of the Galactic Heroes is crazy. Is there a meme? Yeah. I like this post. So there's the legendary, like, OG classic Legend of the Galactic Heroes, but there's also Guardians of the Galaxy, right? The Marvel shit. So you have the main character. Guardians of the Galactic Heroes, bro. That's fucking crazy. Anyways. Koi no Kachi. Interesting. So I actually haven't heard of this one. Koi no Kachi. So why he's saying Koi no Kachi instead of a silent voice here? Katachi, sorry. You know, why did he say that? Because the other list, right? Because he could have fucking said, like, Shingeki no Kyojin. You know? like, and the other Japanese names, right? But specifically for this, he provided a Japanese name. Sus? Do you think like someone proofread the list and said, nah, we should change one of these to the Japanese, you know, written form such that it's gonna be extra special? Do you think so? I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe this is the way that he was introduced to the anime and it kind of stuck with them, right? Like Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia. Some people say Boku no Hero Academia because that's what they were first exposed to. Right? Your Name, the movie, of course, super mainstream one, Megalobox instead of Megalobox. I think this is the one that a lot of people compare it to Ashita no Joe, right? This one was really popping off back in the day during seasonal stuff. I remember people talking about it, haven't watched it. My Hero Academia. Jujutsu Kaisen is crazy. Jujutsu Kaisen, bro. Not Jujutsu, like we're doing martial arts Jujutsu. Solo Leveling, hell yeah. Promised Neverland, Death Note, Your Lie in April, Parasite, Erase, Akame ga Kill, Gundam, Iron Blood, Hell's Paradise, and Cabinet of the Iron Fortress. In this list, if, like, Mr. Beast didn't give you the list, right? If Mr. Beast didn't give you the list and some random person gave you this list, would you call them a tourist? I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't. I think it's ridiculous if you're gonna call this person an anime tourist after they've watched all these animes. Like, what does it need to prove that you're not an anime tourist? Do you need to watch all of this fucking slop happening right now? Do you need to watch every one of these fucking random shows to prove yourself? I think the term tourist is so overblown, especially with the baggage that comes with Mr. Beast. And this is the thing that happens online. Notice how whenever I cover drama, I really try to break apart like the objective truth by approaching the ideas rather than attach the name behind the ideas. Like, if someone says racism is bad, you would say true, right? But if Hitler said racism is bad, which is crazy, right? Just work with me here. Then you would say, nah, fuck this guy, right? Because of the name attached with it. In the same example, Mr. Beast has so much of the anime tourism baggage drama happening leading into this that even if you've given a comprehensive list of, let's admit it, these are very mainstream shows. These are the top of the top, everybody kind of knows about it shows. But at the same time, I wouldn't call him a tourist. This is a great list of anime. And also think about it from this perspective. would you, as Mr. Beast, who has no time because you're obsessed about making YouTube videos, in the free time he has, do you think he's gonna go on and watch every single fucking these animes like this bullshit? Like, if he provided this in the list, maybe he would say, holy shit, he's watching random as isekais or power fantasy shows, right? No, because he wants to watch the best of the best. So I'm sure he's procuring a list of anime that people have told him from like good reviews, right? These are the mainstream good. If you think that these are bad anime, you're fucking retarded. It's just that it's not like hipster enough. It's not rare enough. These are mainstream tip of the iceberg stuff. Therefore, he ain't beating the allegations is what I'm feeling in the responses, right? Let's read some of the responses from the tweet here. Sort by likes. Yep. Can confirm Mr. Beast forced me to watch an anime in a cave once. Jujutsu Kaisen is crazy. Oh, fun fact. Apparently Mr. Beast, in one of his earlier videos, like the early videos, where he is literally counting numbers, like 1 to whatever. The concept of that video was, I want to basically watch anime, but also make a YouTube video at the same time, which is funny because we are literally doing YouTube anime reactions. But back in the day, that meta didn't exist. So apparently he watched Naruto on the side of the screen while counting numbers. Take it what you will. I don't know how true that story is, but I've heard that story from him. Right? No Bankai? Bleach apparently is very hated. A lot of people, right? I think Speed also said, nah, Naruto and One Piece better, right? Bleach sacrificed. You should make a My Anime list so you can track everything you've watched. It's okay, we believe you, bro. Light, list anime without using My Anime list. Wait, did bro really type out a list? Bro, it's not that serious. Apparently it is, though. Easiest way to bait the beast. I mean, he's also baiting you guys with the engagement. And then here's some quote retweets. Let's read them. Oh my god, you're just like Elon. All that cash and not an ounce of it has brought you a personality. I genuinely believe you just looked up a bunch of popular series, threw in your name, and are crying because people know you're full of shit. I don't know. This feels like such a bad faith, assumption to be making. You're just assuming the worst of the worst because of the Mr. Beast drama that's led up to this, right? Regarding, the past, what was it? The contestants, the whole nature of the rigged gambling stuff, fake videos, right? There's a lot of like negative PR and baggage attached with it. That's why people will assume the absolute worst of people. Biggest content creator of all time, Mr. Beast, falling for these engagement-seeking Twitter pages. You can't make this shit up, man. Again, this also gives him engagement. Like, this is a two-way street. He's engaging with it intentionally. Boo fucking who? Why I'm a rich man who's crying over about called being a fake anime fan. I have nothing to do with my life. Basically, if you're rich and popular, you shouldn't complain because there are miserable fucks online who makes it their mission to basically be like, I'm the biggest victim instead. Loser mentality, bro. Mr. Beast trying to prove he's a weeb while getting denied by all the weebs is so fucking funny. True. Mods, get this OP tourist and put him in the Naruto fandom. Best anime on Google. And you know what? Yeah, I think there is a correlation with the list of animes that he's provided being obviously the most highest rated because he wants to save his time. He's not going to go in and check out every season of Slop like me. He's too busy. He's going to check out the best of the best. Of course, it makes sense. Imaginar que antes los otakus se escondían porque los judíos en el 45. What does that mean? Imagine that back then otakus hit worse than the Okay, I shouldn't have read that. I should not have read that. Okay. Weird, and it's the most normie. Okay. He sounds kind of like, okay. Jujutsu, yes. This is what I was trying to say. Jujutsu Kaisen is fucking crazy. Parasite. I heard it's a great anime, bro. A real anime fan would never be this bothered by false allegations. Just admit that you watched One Piece as a marketing stunt for the live action. I do agree with that, though. I think so many people are tied down to such a... What's it called? They have such a rigid way of thinking. It's one way or the other. I think a reality exists where Mr. Beast was doing promo for anime One Piece live action. Absolutely. I think he also is an anime enjoyer. Like, these two things can be the same, right? Netflix level normie list. He totally Googled anime for beginners or something like that and hasn't seen even a fraction of these. I haven't seen him flail and seize this hard since Deadbeat Dat Chris was out as a lolicon. And of course, basically this is the baggage I'm talking about, right? The drama and why people won't give him that. A lot of people are giving just the worst of the worst. How he feels after calling it Kono Kotachi instead of Silent Voice. I love this. Ken-sama, bro. Ken-sama, bro. That's right. I watch Kimetsu no Yaiba, not Demon Slayer. I watch Shingeki no Kyojin, not Attack on Titan. And I'm telling you, man, If these weren't spelling mistakes, people would say, bro definitely used AI for it. But there is spelling mistakes, and now he's being outed as a tourist. You're fucked if you do, fucked if you don't. And you know what? There's a tweet that I just saw from Chibi. Shoutouts to Chibi that I have to show you. Old weebs interacting with new gen COVID era weebs. I think that this clip is the perfect example of the current Mr. Beast situation of the weebs basically calling him out. All right, let's play the clip.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly...
I'm trying to cover the screen so that like I'm not gonna get into copyright stuff, okay?
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this. You don't slide into it like a cheap pair of slippers and then reap all the rewards. What a joke.
And that's pretty much it. I think people are just fucking mad and upset at Mr. Beast due to the baggage, and they're being very gatekeepy with them. I think that he did do advertisement for One Piece live action. 100%. That's my conclusion. I think he did. It just makes sense considering his ties to Netflix as well and the timing of it. But is he an anime tourist off of that list? No, I think people are being very, very strict and way harsher. I think if any normal person came up with that list, like a regular friend, and they saw those animes, I'd be like, you're an anime enjoyer. At what point, right? I think the standard for what is like an immigrant versus a fucking citizenship in anime land is getting so distorted due to the outrage online.